For me, when working with clients, you have to have vulnerability. And it comes with, in order to receive spirit, I believe that you have to be vulnerable in a vulnerable space to be able to give the messages that we give and for us to help heal. So usually, in any of my sessions, I keep space for vulnerability, not only for me, but for my client and for it to be a safe place. So for me, I think a vulnerable time, when, like I said, with each one of my sessions, I do keep space for vulnerability. But a specific time when I held such vulnerability was opening up about a specific time was when I opened up about my family and my history and my generational curses that were similar to a client that I had was doing a reading on. She didn't quite understand as to why her family dealt with a lot of the same thing. Well, she didn't understand why her family was dealing with these generational curses. And I explained to her that many families, and I delved into one of my memories as being in a vulnerable, and I had to take myself to a vulnerable space and saying that we all have generational curses. And mine was of not being able to talk about our feelings. In the African American community, that is something that we are taught really not to do. That is considered weak, and being vulnerable was not something that as a black woman we could do. We always have to be strong. And so with my client, I explained to her that this is very common in our community, and that I understand where she's coming from. So I had to hold space for that woman of vulnerability, as I always do, so that the client can understand that I've been there, or even if I haven't been there, that in my sessions, we can hold space for vulnerability and it is safe. Thank you.